Hey, by the way, tonight's game, New York wins that outright.
You know he's on top. Million subs, he never gonna flop. Out of Chicago, where the streets don't sleep. Betting on games, making cash real deep. Crystal ball for sports, he knows the lines. He's a sports aficionado, the money he finds. From football to basketball, he's always on point. Predicting winners never disappoints. He's got that hustle, that Chicago vibe. Making moves on the streets, cash on the side. With E, you know it's always a bet. He's the king of the game, never forget.
Hello and welcome to Gym Rats for March 29th. Obviously, I am going solo today. Chase is living the good life down at Oaklawn Park, and Jim is having some technical issues, so I apologize to everyone for the delay in the stop. I'm going to make this one quick and fast. Just going to be running down what my bets are for the Elite Eight. First off, I'm taking Texas Tech here. I got them at 7.5 and plus 270 on the money line. I already have a future bet here on Texas Tech to make the Final Four. Look, I really believe in this team. Chance McMillan's health is a concern. He warmed up Thursday shooting, but he felt pain. That's why he didn't go. Obviously, they're going to need him because he's critical floor spacer to open up driving lanes and pick and roll action with Toppin. I expect him to give it a go tonight. Cogden is banged up for Florida, uncertain if he's going to play, which is a big concern. Texas Tech played one team similar to Florida this season. That was Houston. Split the games, winning at Houston, losing by 8 at home. But they had no Williams, no McMillan that game. Florida, top 15 in adjusted offense and defensive efficiency. Texas, top 10 offensive unit, 35th defensively. Look, Texas Tech, they're a solid team. When you look at the four categories of offensive and defensive efficiency, they're great. And they're a little bit under-seeded in my eyes. Both teams take similar rates of three-pointers. Florida a little more aggressive at attacking the rim. It's going to be key for Texas Tech to be able to stop that and make some mid-range jumpers, as Florida likes to run teams off the three-point line. When we look historically, underdogs getting 6.5 or more in the Elite Eight, 59% ATS. Teams that won by 15 or more in the Sweet 16, like Florida did, 35% ATS in the Elite Eight. So look, I'm doing it. I am taking Texas Tech here. Again, I got it at plus 7.5 and plus 270 on the money line. Next, I got Duke. I got Duke right up at opening at -6. St. Mary's, look, St. Mary's couldn't make a 4-footer against Alabama. Shot quality actually graded that as a Bama loss. Bama set an NCAA record for three-pointers made with 7 minutes left versus BYU. Yet, when we look at the shot quality grades, it's kind of eye-opening how shot quality graded it. BYU shot terribly, still managed to score 88 points against Bama. How is Bama going to get stops? If Bama doesn't match the outlandish shooting performance against BYU where they couldn't miss, I don't think this game's going to be close. Duke, Ken Pom, first overall, adjusted efficiency in offense, 1, defense, 5, elite scoring, 9th in points per game, 2nd in shooting efficiency, 9th in three-point percentage, 14th assist per game, 3rd assist to turnover ratio. Bama ranks just 46 in opponent shooting efficiency. Duke ranks first. Again, Alabama, props to them, and props to them if you bet them. They shot lights out, but I do not think they're going to have a repeat of that performance. So I'm going to fade them here. I got Duke at -6. I would play at -6.5, -7. Once it gets into 8 with a 3-point variance that Alabama can have, I would lay off of that number. Next, we're going over to Sunday. I'm locked in Houston -3.5. Barnes 4-11 ATS, 27% on short turnaround in the NCAA tournament. Hasn't reached the finals since 2003 with Texas. I expect a little bit of a bounce back spot here for Houston. Still a little heartbroken. Those who are following my stuff know that we are sitting on Purdue plus the 360 and the plus 8.5 last night. Personally, I thought it was a foul, but that's neither here or there. Tennessee, I really think they put everything into beating Kentucky. I could see this as crazy as it sounds as a tournament atmosphere, a little bit of a letdown spot. Houston underperformed against Purdue, essentially a home game. I expect more of a split crowd now, so Houston's not going to be battling the crowd element. Houston 360th in adjusted tempo, one of the slowest teams in the nation. Tennessee 345. This game feels exactly the opposite of the Alabama BYU matchup from Thursday. Houston, number one defensive efficiency, Tennessee third. Tennessee's NCAA tournament unders 8 and 10 with Barnes. Sampson 9 and 14 and 9 to the under. So look, if I was going to bet a side here, I definitely kind of lean toward the under. Houston leads college basketball 3-point percentage 39.8. I think they're going to be able to make some threes against this Tennessee team, which if you look what Barnes likes to do with defense, he leads a lot of open looks. And we need to remember this because the SEC historically isn't a good shooting league. So when Tennessee, Florida, whoever plays a team that's capable of making outside shots, this is when they tend to struggle. I think that's going to be a thing here. Houston obviously is going to look to keep Ziegler out of the lane because he likes to drive in, open it up. I think they're going to be able to do that with their physical guards. Houston 115th in defensive rebounding. Tennessee could get some second chance looks as their 20th, but when we look at the Sampson team, I just don't think he's going to allow that to happen. I think Houston's going to be good at eliminating second chance points. When we just look at what Barnes does historically, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Houston here minus the 3.5. And lastly, we got my Sparties getting 5 against Auburn. I really don't know what to do here. I think Auburn is way more talented, but I think Michigan State has a better coach in Tom Izzo. Michigan State can't shoot. They don't have the size, but they got Tom Izzo. I've been really going back and forth what to do. Obviously, if you're in my survivor pool, full transparency, my plan was to take Michigan State the round before, which I did. I have it all lined up. Now I just need Auburn to beat them. Then I'll take Auburn with Duke beating them in the finals. That's how I laid it out in my head. But we got here, when we look at how Auburn, their undisciplined play, how they're sloppy with the ball, how they've been since the end of February per Bartovic, they have not been playing well. This is the first number 1 seed overall to go into the tournament with 3 out of 4 losses. Now you're playing a coach who has taken a team that was supposed to be one of his worst ones, and he has them in the Elite 8, and who's historically good on short turnaround. I want to take Sparta here, but I think this line will get a little bit higher, so I am going to wait. So there you have it. My 4 bets for this Elite 8 are: number 1, we're taking Texas Tech plus the 7.5 and plus 270 on the money line. We got Duke at minus 6.5. For tomorrow, we're taking Houston minus 3.5. We're sitting out Sparty. We're going to try to look to get a better line on Sparty, or we're just going to take Auburn first half because Michigan State has struggled in the first half. There you have it. Jim Rats will be back next Saturday morning, hopefully with all 3 of us, where we'll be breaking down the Final 4. Best of luck if you tail, and until next week, boys and girls.